Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
John, this is
Hello. This is not my class.
Yes, your class must be at 5:30 on India time.
Okay. Maybe we need Mr. James to put to be specific to be making a specification on. Okay, this is for old student, new student.
Okay, okay. I will
Okay. Thank you very much, ma.
Thank you.
Nami Shipra, good morning.
Good morning, Yuji. How are you?
I'm fine, I'm good, and you?
We are also fine here.
Okay. So I'm allowed to stay in the class, right?
If you want to listen all the things again, then you can attend the class.
Okay.
But your class will be at 5:30 India time, okay?
Okay.
That is an
Okay.
afternoon.
Okay. Nami Shipra, are you there? Nami Shipra, are you there?
Yes, Yuji. I can
Yeah,
listen
I
you.
just, okay. I wanted to just get a clarification on something.
Okay.
The abstract that we are to write that has the two steps, the first and the second. They based on which topic that we are to choose.
Hello, Yuji. I'm not getting you.
No, we are to write an abstract and submit.
Yes, I'm going to tell about the abstract here.
Okay, so I wanted to know, I've done the class before, I just want to get a clarification.
Clarification regarding you want to join, then you can join here. And if you want
Okay,
to come in your class, that is at 5:30 India time, you can come in that class.
okay, no problem.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Hi everyone. Can everyone listen me? Hello.
Yes, Madam Shukra, good morning.
Good morning, Emmanuel.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, fine. I'm just testing why others are not speaking here.
Okay.
Good morning, Miss Chipra.
Good morning, Akhle.
I can hear you.
Thank you. Friends, can you hear me? Why the other students are not coming? Friends, are you listening me? Hello, everyone, are there? Shall I start the class? Because in between then so many students will come, then they will miss the lecture. Why all are not on time? Because of work?
Yeah, probably maybe they're working.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe we can try to wait for them for a bit. I don't know.
Right. Because it is difficult for the others then to write down their things. As Ohene doesn't comes in this time, he comes in the evening when I'm taking the other class with them. Stephen also not came.
Okay, so let me try to contact Stefan privately and check on him.
Okay, just contact him.
I've managed to contact Stephanie, and he said he's joining in soon.
Fine, fine. So shall I start the lecture, or what should I do, or should I wait for them all to come? Okay, then I'll start my class here. Okay, everyone.
Okay.
Now today we are going to discuss topic that is research abstract. Here we overall our topic will start at how to write down the proposal. Okay, so in this proposal we will include the abstract writing, introduction writing, then your research methodology, research statements, then research theoretical framework. All these comes under your proposal writing for the research work. So now how to write a research abstract? First of all, can you tell me what do you understand by the Can anybody tell me about what is an abstract? Or what do you think that what is abstract? Can anybody?
Yes, Madam Shipra, would like to.
Yes, Emmanuel, tell me.
Yes, from my understanding, I think an abstract is a brief summary
Yeah.
of a research article,
Yes.
which can help a reader to quickly ascertain the paper's purpose.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Anyone else who can tell about this? Well, not an issue. I would like to tell you that research abstract is a concise summary of a research which you are going to do. Okay, you have to write down in your words the original thing which you have observed while your research. Okay, getting my point?
I
Yes.
think just come again. I think it was breaking on my side.
Wait a minute. Most of the students coming now right now. Now, an abstract is a concise summary of a research paper or entire thesis. Whatever you have gone through with your research work, it is a concise summary of that work. Okay? It should be in your original work. It should not be copied. And it should not be like that you have taken some paragraph from other theories or literature and you paste it there. It should not be like, it should be in your language. It should be looking original in that way, because readers come to know about this very easily, whether it is copied or whether it is written by you. Then an abstract must be fully self-contained. Self-contained means that you should have written about them. Whatever you have observed, that you have included in your work. Getting my point in this part?
Yes, understood.
Yes, good on the point.
Good. Then it highlights the key content areas, your research purpose, the relevance or importance of your work, and main outcomes. First of all, whatever the key areas you are searching for in your research work, in your research problem, you will have to highlight those points. Then you have to highlight about your purpose, why you have gone for research, and what is the importance of your work. At least you have to make feel others that you felt this kind of problem is an important problem for that community. So you have to tell others that yes, it is important, and why it is important, that is the reason you have to write down there. Okay, until and unless you will not write down the reason, it will be not considered by the readers easily. They want that what you are writing, it should be known by you. That getting this?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Now I'll come to the next point here. That is, it is a well-developed single paragraph of approximately 250 to 500 words in length, which is indented and single-spaced. The function of the abstract is to outline briefly all parts of the paper. So first of all, in abstract, your abstract should include 250 words till 500 words. Okay. Then it should be briefly outlining all those important points which you have included in your paper, in your research work. Getting here? Getting this point?
Yes, got it.
Yes, yes, got it.
Fine. Keep in mind these points, then you have to write down your abstract. And in last time, I will show you the example of the abstract. Well, the main thing which we will consider about the abstract is that, well, it is the beginning of your, it should be pasted in the beginning of your paper, but you have to write down at the end of your research work. Once your research work is going to complete, then you start writing your abstract. Why? Because once your research work gets completed, then only you will be able to understand your observations. You will be able to find out what are the problems, how they are prevailing in your community, and all different conclusions have already come up at that time. Okay, so you are able to write in a summary form your all points there in your abstract. Got it?
Yes, got it.
Yes, got it.
Good. Richard, have you got it? Richard, are you there?
Hello. Yes, I just joined in, so I'm trying to copy that.
Okay. Now, why write an abstract? Why there is a need to write down an abstract? First of all, it helps the reader to select your research work, and it will pointing towards your purposes. First of all, the readers once go through your abstract, they will come to the point whether your research should be considered or not. That is the main part. They will think about your abstract. With the help of the abstract, they will think about your research work. So it should be attractive, it should be eye-catching, it should be simple in language so that the others get its meaning easily. Okay, there is no need to complicate your language in abstract to make it more beautiful. Sometimes we all of us think that we will use different kind of words as well as difficult words so the people get attracted towards your English part. No, they will not do. They will just see your abstract, and once if they get a right point in your abstract, that what you have done in your research work, they will surely consider it. And if they will not get a right point in your abstract, they will reject it. Got my point?
Yes, got it.
Good. Now, when is it necessary to write an abstract? So here, abstracts are usually required for the submission of the articles to journals, application for research grants completion, and submission of thesis, submission of proposals for conference papers. Once you are going for giving your article for any journals or any newspapers or any magazines, once you are going for any some kind of conferences, or you want to give your proposals there, to all these places you need your abstract. You write down an abstract and you submit it with your proposal or your articles or your thesis with it. Okay, so
Yes.
research, yes,
Yes.
good. Research abstracts are, wait a minute. Yeah, research abstracts are used throughout the research community to provide a concise description about a research project. So it is already, I have told you here that research abstract is a concise summary of a description which you have included in your research project. Now, it is typically a short summary of your completed research. If done well, it makes the reader want to learn more about your research. Some students present their research findings at local and national conferences. Research abstracts are usually requested as part of the application process for conference presenters. These are the basic components of the abstract in any discipline. Here they are given, that is motivation, methods, and procedure, results, findings, conclusions, implications. Now, most of the time when you are going for any conferences, they always ask for your abstract, research abstract there. Then most of the students who present their research findings in the local or the national conferences, they also have to submit the abstract there, right? And
Yes.
if you have written your abstract in a right manner, then most of the time you get the consideration of your reader. The reader tries to learn more about your research work. Then what are the basic components we have to include in our research abstract? Okay, so one is the motivation or the problem statement. What is it? Motivation. Why do we care about the problem? What practical, scientific, theoretical, or artistic gap is your research filling? So you have to think about these questions while writing an abstract. You must have these questions in your mind. Why your problem is important? Why we should care for your problem? And what kind of practical or scientific things we can bring in it. Right, everyone?
Yes, right.
Yes, right.
Understood.
Right. Then you have second point, then you have to choose about the methods. What kind of approach you are choosing in your research work. You have to write down that part. That point, in that you have to include that how you have approached others, while online you have approached others, while you go on for interviews, or you have done one-to-one clarification about the problem with the community members. There's such kind of approaches you have to write down there. right? Okay,
Yes.
right. Now the third point which we will include, that is the results, findings, product. As a result of completing the above procedure, what did you learn, invent or create? What are your findings? You have to write down them. What are the results you got in your research work, right? So you
Yes,
have to
right.
include your findings in your abstract, not in a descriptive way, but in a pointing way. Now, the fourth point which your abstract will include, that is the conclusion. And what conclusion you have reached in your research work. Why it's not- Now the conclusion, what are the larger implications of your findings, especially for the problem or the gap identified in step 1. Step 1, all of you understanding about what step 1 we are talking about here?
Yes, we understood.
What, Stephen? Tell me about what step 1 we are telling about here. That is the motivation and the problem statement, right? So the larger implications of your findings, like what all you have observed in last completion of your research work. That is the whole conclusion of your work, right? Like you have talked to your partners, they have given their views, you talk to yourself, your supervisor, they also given you their views, and then you come to some point at the end of your research work that yes, this kind of findings I have found there in your community. Okay, so that conclusion part you have to include there. Now, what are the qualities of a good abstract? First, it is well developed paragraphs are unified, coherent, concise, and able to stand alone. Means they should be concise, unified, and should be stand alone. Means, can anybody tell me what do you understand by the stand alone in this sentence? Tell me. Emmanuel, can you describe this part?
What the statement where it says the should be able to stand alone? I think from my understanding, it should be able to be self-explanatory, like it should be able to explain itself.
Okay. Fine. Then the second point is uses an introduction, body, conclusion, structure, which presents the article, paper, or report purpose, results, conclusions, and recommendation in that order. Getting this point? Got the point?
No, come again.
The second point they are referring here is uses an introduction, then body, then conclusion structure, which presents the article, paper, or report's purpose. right? Here we have to use this kind of structure. That is, first we have to include the introduction, then we have to include the body of your research work, then your conclusion in the abstract, right?
Yes, right.
Then the third point here is follows strictly the chronology of the article, paper or report. What, how they are following in the, how you are going on in your research work, that kind of summary you have to make and you have to present them. Like what kind of things you have read, what theories you have read, or what theories you have included in your research work. You will write down about them, about the article about them there, right? Yes, got this point here? I think Stephen have gone.
Madam Shipra,
Yes.
I think just explain again on the chronology.
Chronology means once you are uh, forwarding towards some points one step by step. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So how you are writing your article in that, your research work, how you are including the, you can say, how you are including the articles, how you have gone step by step reading your literature there, using your theories there, and how you are defining your theories there. That part should be included in a not in a descriptive manner, in a concise manner. Okay. Got this point? Emmanuel? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can get you.
Okay. So, and you understand this point?
On which point are we? Sorry, I just got distracted a bit because I'm at work. With
Okay. Wait a minute. I'll just explain it from starting. Otherwise, again, the rhythm will get disturbed here. First of all, we have to see what good abstract qualities are there. Okay. What we have to see once we are writing the abstract. We have to see well-developed paragraphs. Okay. But they should be concise and should be in the manner that you can understand them easily, or the reader should understand it easily. Then second point which we were using, that is you have to include the structure of introduction part first, then body part of your research work, then your conclusion in a concise way. Okay, not in a descriptive manner. You have to just put the points over there that yes, this is a small description, this is a small body, what you have worked on, which problem you have worked with the community, then conclusion, what you have observed in last. Then third point is follow strictly the chronology of the article, paper or report. You all of you have ever written any article or any report?
yes.
So what you have included in your articles first? While writing your article, how you go step by step? Tell me. I want to listen that if you know very well how to write an article.
Well, I think I don't know if I've written an article before, but
You have not
maybe
written?
an article. Yeah.
Okay, you have not written, right?
Yes.
Okay, not a problem here. Again, in the article, the same thing you have to include there. That is the introduction part, then the body part, what you want to say in article or in your report, then your conclusion, and what after observing all those things, at what conclusion you have gone. That part you have to include in your article. Similarly, once you are writing an abstract, you also have to go step by step like that. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Then the fourth point is provides the logical connections between the information. Whatever the information you are giving there, you should have to write down their logical views, your logical views with them. Whatever the information regarding the problem which you are studying in your research, you are writing there, then you have to give your views that yes, this was happening because of these reasons. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. All other students are doing here. They are not responding anywhere. Prince, Ackley, Ackley, are you there? Hello. Ackley. Now I'll come to the next point here. That is, it included adds no new information but simply summarizes the report. Here in abstract, you don't have to include the other informations. Okay, just you have to summarize a report in few words and you have to write down there. It should be in the understandable way so that others should understand your abstract easily, because your reader is going to read it out. So he should understand, it should be in a simple language so that they can understand it easily. Then oftentimes uses passive verbs to downplay the author and emphasize the information. So that is not that much of way. You have to use the passive verbs most of the time and mostly emphasize on the informations which you get. Now steps to writing effective abstracts are like reread the article, paper or a report with the goal of abstracting in mind. First of all, practice which you can do while writing an abstract is you can start from the articles. Whatever the articles all of you see in your newspapers or magazines, you can read them and then you can find out about you can understand those articles and write down as the introduction of that article, then its body. Just divide those articles in these three partitions. Your first introduction part, then its body, then its conclusion. Okay. Look specifically for these main parts of the article, paper or report. That is the purpose, methods, scope, results and conclusions and recommendations. So once you see the article, you have to point these points in the article, like the purpose. What is the purpose of the article? Then what method they have followed? What is the scope of this article? How it will help others and how it will Tell others what kind of problems are there, then what is the result have come out after writing this article, what are the conclusions of the writer, and under what recommendation he has written that article. Got it? Got it, everyone here?
Yes, got it.
Yes, other two are in the mute form only. Prince and Ackley. Okay.
I get you, madam.
But why don't you respond?
I had a job on hand, madam. Sorry.
Yes. Once you are there, you should just tell that you understand the things. Otherwise, what is the meaning of my speaking here? Got
I'm
it?
sorry, madam. I got it.
Right. Now, if you are writing an abstract about another person's article or paper or report, the introduction and the summary are good places to begin. You should understand about the introductory part which the article have used. You must understand that introductory part and you have to summarize it first. Then you will be able to write in your research work also easily. These areas generally cover what the article emphasizes. Okay, once you read the introduction part of an article, you will come to know about what the article is telling you, how this article is working, what is the main information of the article, all comes in the introductory part. Okay, then how they have carried on that article, how they have searched so many things around them, and they were writing the article, that comes in the body part of the article. Right, everyone?
Yes, right.
Now then, after you have finished the rereading the article, write a rough draft without looking back at what you are abstracting. Don't copy the key sentences there and don't rely on the way material was phrased in the article. Just write down on your own. You have to use your words, your language. Okay? So once you start writing the abstract regarding the article, you must write in your sentences. Okay? Then here it is
Okay.
given that what you should not do while writing an abstract. Do not use these two kinds of words like this paper and this report all time in your abstract. Use some proverb, other words regarding those things, pronouns, or you can use your research work in place of this paper or this report. Basically, meaning is that you don't have to use these words all time. Okay? Otherwise, it will just bore the people who are going to read your abstract. Then about the research, then about the paper, do not explain the sections or parts of the paper. Do not explain anything, just point out the things, right? In sentences.
Yes,
And
right.
then third part is just avoid the sentences which are ending with is described, is reported, is analyzed, right? Always use a different or a new sentence while you are telling anything. Then do not begin your sentences with it is suggested that, it is believed that, it is felt that, or similar kind of sentences. Right, everyone? Just unmute your mic and say yes or no. Well, next, do not repeat or rephrase the title. Do not refer in the abstract to information that is not in the document. What is the meaning of this sentence here? Can anybody explain me here? It is in a simple language. You can explain it very well. Do not refer in the abstract to information that is not in the document. Anybody understood this sentence? Ackley?
I don't get it, madam.
You were not reading. You are not getting, right?
Yes, madam.
So you are not getting the whole part or just only a one sentence here? If you are not speaking, that will degrade your grades. That will degrade you. Why don't you understand, all of you?
Madam Shukra,
Yes.
I think from what I understand from the statement is whatever reference you are making in the abstract, if you're making any reference, it should be also in the document. So whatever is not in the document, you don't
Yes.
have to refer to it.
Right. Very simple. Whatever you have written in your document, in your research work paper, you have to use only those informations only. You don't have to use other information other than your document. Right? And one more thing I want to tell you all here, if you are not speaking up in the class, if you are not taking part in the conversations, that means you are not taking part in the class here. If you are busy with some other work, you can ask for the change of your time.
All right, noted.
Yes. Secondly, if you will not take part in these in such kind of conversation or in speaking up in the class, it will just degrade you. Your grades will not be good. Now the last point is, if possible, avoid the trade names, acronyms, abbreviations, or symbols. You would need to explain them, and that takes too much room. So you always not to use the names, acronyms, abbreviations, or symbols in your abstract writing, because they will take lot of space in your paper, and it will extend. It should not extend more than one page. So you have to think about that and keep these things in your mind while writing an abstract. Then here are some examples for the abstract writing. In the before the examples of the abstract writing, I have to define one more thing, is that once you are writing an abstract, you use the colors. Okay. Once you are writing purpose of the experiment, you will write it in blue. That is an introductory statement of the reason for investigating the topic of the project. Then when you are going to write the procedures which you have used, that is summarized your points of the procedure, you will write in green. Then when you are going to write your observations, your collected data, your results, you will write them in red. The section should provide key results that lead directly to the conclusion you have drawn should be written in the red. Then your last conclusion, what you have concluded after your research work, will be in pink. Right? Got
Yes,
this
got
point?
it. Yes, got it.
Just noted these things that you have, what you have to write in which color. So that if anybody wants to see one particular part, they will just go through the color. Yes, in green, they will read that green part only. Okay? If they were referring to the observations or data or results, they will go to the red part only. So this is a way of convenience for the readers, which you are providing them. Now here are the examples of the abstract writing. Here you have to put your project topic or your research topic. Then you have to go with your name and your address. Then you have to start writing your introduction part. What you have observed in your, what you have concluded in your introduction part, you can write down it in pink. Then whatever the procedure you have taken in that part, you can write in green. What the data you have collected while your procedure, you will write in red. So here the person have written first procedure, he has then he gone with the data collection in red. Then again he put another procedure and another data. And last he come up with the conclusion. What conclusion he got. Okay?
Yes.
Getting this?
Understood. Yes.
Now
Madam
second
Shipra,
yes.
before we go far, so on the colors, are those standard colors or they can be interchanged?
No, they are the standard colors.
They are the standard colors, so I have to follow
Yes.
them as they are.
Yes, yes. Once you are writing, you have to follow them. That's why they have
Okay.
told you writing here. Okay?
All right.
Yes. The second abstract is also like the same. Now, in this whole lecture, any problem or any doubt all of you are having? Any questions? What I have explained you, any doubt regarding that?
On my side, I think there's no doubt. I just need to go through again.
Fine.
But
Once you
yeah,
will go
but
through again, you will be able to understand it better then. As I
yes,
have
please.
explained it, and if any problem comes, you can come to me.
Okay.
Yes. What about others? Nobody is responding. Why don't they understand what they will not get the good grades? So that, well, that is not my problem then. They are not understanding whether to reply or not. Because I'm not able to understand that they are understanding the things or not. Well, fine. So, should I close class today here? Okay, Emmanuel? Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.